So, good morning or good night, depending on where you're in the world. And welcome to another episode of Is It That Bad, where we take a look at albums that maybe got mixed reviews. I think this album got like fairly some solid reviews. Some people, but it's Buckcherry, which is a band that I know some songs, but I've never been like a huge fan of them. I always equated them with 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 trying to sound like AC/DC sometimes too much. So this is the album Buckcherry, and it's called Roar Like Thunder, or Roar Like Thunder. I don't know which number album for them this is, but yeah, it's an album that has like 10 tracks or 9 tracks, and it's 30 minutes. So it's almost like an EP. This album artwork straight to the point. They're playing. So for this episode, we're gonna be 3 people for this one because last time for Hinder, we had 5 people to discuss Hinder, and maybe I'm thinking, yeah, maybe it was an overload of people to discuss generic that rock, divorce that butt rock, and I think Buckcherry goes in that divorce that territory as well. For this episode, I have joining me, we have JC, Rock and Metal Reviews. How are you, JC?
Oh, yeah, doing good. Thanks.
Yeah. And we have returning Rock of All Ages. How are you, man?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Yeah. So we're gonna start this one. We're gonna start with JC, then we're gonna do Rock of All Ages, then me. So let's for people who haven't seen this, Is It That Bad? On the first round, we do our first impressions of when we listened to this album, which came out on June 13th. So it came out a while ago. And on the second round, we'll give maybe 3 picks that we think are the weakest songs on the record. And the third and final round, our final thoughts and our rating of thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down. So JC, take it away with your initial thoughts.
Okay, so I never listened to this band. I never listened to really a full album. I knew the hits that were back in the, I guess, mid to early 2000s. And I listened to some of the songs today just to refresh my memory because I didn't remember them. I always thought of them as one of those bands that were like the post-grunge, or like we call them, the dad rock or divorced dad bands, but they're absolutely sound more like a Guns N' Roses type of band, or like AC/DC. So they were kind of like mislabeled, I guess. But with that being said, I listened to a couple of their older songs, like Lit Up. That was one of their big hits. And they had another album that was around 2006, and they called it 15 for some reason. And I think that one had a few hits. That one had another hit called the Crazy Bitch song.
And Sorry.
Those were 2 big hits. But anyway, I listened to this one, and it wasn't too bad. I thought it sounded a lot like, what I was expecting. This is not the type of band that really is changing their sound too much. I hear a lot of AC/DC influence, to some Aerosmith, and just they sound like a typical band, like a sleaze rock band. So I didn't hate it, but I will be able to pick 3 picks. There's one song that I thought was really bad, but other than that, I'll leave my thoughts for the next rounds. Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be the same track. We'll discuss at the end.
I have a feeling, yeah.
Yeah, good initial thoughts, JC. So what about you, Rock of All Ages?
You guys were, comparing them to AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, and the comparisons are there. The band I thought to compare them to was Jet.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, they were out at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, like the same kind of like classic rock throwback kind of thing.
Yeah.
I showed something to Hector a couple days ago. Buckcherry once did a cover of Head Like a Hole by Nine Inch Nails. I haven't listened to it. It's just baffling that it exists.
Yeah, when you sent me that, I thought it was for this record. I'm like, I don't see it on this record.
Oh, no, it's not on the album. It's just a thing they did once.
Okay.
Also, here's a fun fact. Do you guys know where they got the name Buckcherry?
No.
No,
Okay, so do you know what a spoonerism is?
A what?
no.
There's a spoonerism. It's where you take the first letters of two words and switch them around. Like Aerosmith had one for an album called Night in the Ruts.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so pretend Buckcherry is two different words, Buck and Cherry. Now switch the letters.
So, but is it Buckcherry? No, wait.
No, Chuck Berry.
Oh, Chuck Berry. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, that probably suggests more cleverness on their part than actually exists, but yeah. Uh, as for my history with the band, I was familiar with their big songs. I've on my channel I've talked about Lit Up, their debut single, and also Crazy Bitch. As musicians, they are competent, like they play their instruments well. The songwriting is just a little immature sometimes, and this album was no exception. And we'll obviously talk about that in the next round.
Well, they're called Chuck Berry in reverse now. Now that I never saw that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I never bought an album by Buckcherry. I just remembered the songs lit up. And for some reason, lately in this channel, we're talking a whole lot about cocaine. Because that's
Oh
how,
yeah, yeah. That was in the chorus of that song. Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's like,
love the cocaine. I love the cocaine.
yeah, like since that interview, it's been cocaine after this. And it's funny because people will think that, and I gotta say, I've never done cocaine in my life. 47 years old, I don't think I'm gonna do it. So
And also, my first Is It That Bad was the Elton John album where we said, like, oh, this guy was on all of the cocaine when he made that.
probably. So I remember that, and I remember Crazy Bitch, but I just never got into them. Like to me, it was just like these like lesser versions of like AC/DC or bands that I prefer to listen to, and they play sleaze rock with. Let's be honest, it's 2025. The sleaze rock is not in. It's like, oh no.
Yeah,
So
like there's a reason Måneskin are on a break right now.
it happened. So my first initial thoughts listening to this record, first of all, I was happy it was only 30 minutes, but the last album we talked about was Hinder. At least this album, it's more of a rock album through and through, because Hinder like went through like different things. So it sounds more like classic Buckcherry. I think with this album they're trying to do some songs on this record, like to do their Crazy Bitch, their Lit Up. They're trying to recapture maybe those hit songs that they had. But I was fairly entertained by it. I'm not gonna say that this album is record of the year or like the lyrics are insightful, but I would say it's fun. So those are my first impressions. So yeah, let's go to round two where we pick the three songs that we think are the weakest. So JC, give us your picks.
Okay, I'll start with the one where I thought was the worst. Track 4, talking about sex. It's just really cringe. These guys are just like too old to be talking about it, writing songs about this. I mean, maybe like 25 years ago, it was different, but and it's not even a good song, and it has those like sound effects in the background, and it's just and even like the guitar riffs weren't even that good. It has like this weird like phase shifter effect on it. So that's like a song that's just not good at all. But other than that, I would say the one before it called Come On,
Mm-hmm.
it was too AC/DC sounding. I think this band has a tendency to sound like AC/DC, but I think this one kind of sounded uh, too derivative of it. But that's the only reason I'm picking it. But other than that, it was kind of a catchy song. And I'll pick one more. I guess I'll pick pick track number 2, When the Sun Goes Down. Just generic, just basic. I didn't really get anything out of it. It's just very typical hard rock song, but it wasn't really something that was memorable. So that's it. Those are my 3 picks. But there will be some songs later that I will say were not too bad. So that's it. Those are my 3.
Okay, good picks, JC. What about you, Rock of All Ages?
I'm gonna start with a dishonorable mention. Hello, Goodbye. I was really worried that this was a Beatles cover. It
Yeah.
wasn't, but the nerve of them to pick a title that is the exact same as a Beatles song. My bottom 3 proper. I'm going to start with the title track, Roar Like Thunder. I thought this sounded like a bad knockoff of Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
And then Come On, as JC said, was a knockoff of AC/DC. I, I'm glad we had the same idea there. And then I had a lot written down about my worst song on the album, talking about sex. I found an interview with frontman Josh Todd where he said Prince was one of his favorite songwriters. And if I were Prince, and also still alive, I would be pretty insulted by that. Uh, I mean, listen to the lyrics of this song. You know how to shake it like a crystal ball. You don't shake a crystal ball. You shake like a snow globe or a magic 8 ball.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
crystal
Yeah.
ball, no. This is why you don't trust the band that made Crazy Bitch to write songs about sex.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 songs.
Plus, you had what we call in Spanish la yapa.
And Nyapa, yes.
Yeah. So to me, the worst song on the record is talking about sex. It's just cringe lyrics, like talking about sex in the morning, sex in the evening. I'm like, dude, are you in high school? Like, it's and even the music is stupid. So hands down, it's the worst track on the record. I picked this one that no one has picked. I thought you would pick it too. Blackout. Oh,
Mm.
I need a blackout. I don't know. It sounded like Elmo a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, you're gonna black out. You Josh Todd, you make irresponsible decisions.
I prefer the Turnstile song Blackout.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Yes.
And also says he can't get out of his couch. Like, okay, like like it's just they're talking about like doing drugs and partying so much, and I think they're getting in their 50s or they're upper four. They're not kids, and
Obviously not.
the way he goes blackout, I don't know. It's just atrocious singing.
Mhm.
I picked that one. And I picked, you said that Come On sounded a lot like AC/DC, but I wrote a few songs here that like the Machine Gun sounds like AC/DC.
Yeah,
Yes.
I put that in my notes too. Yeah.
Hmm.
And this one, I think it's fun, but it has stupid lyrics. I go boom. I'm like, I go boom, boom. But actually, my first pick wasn't that one. It's Hello, Goodbye.
Hmm.
They're trying to do like a semi ballad, and I'm sorry, you're crazy, bitch. You're lit up by cocaine. I don't know, like you're not concerned. Like
I mean, they've done ballads with like Sorry, but Sorry isn't even a great song.
they can't do ballads. Ballads is not in their nature.
Yeah.
There's bands that can do ballads, but I just think they should stick to rocking because when they try to do a ballad, it just sounds like they can't do it. It sounds like I don't know. It doesn't fit their sound, at least, and that's why I pick Hello Goodbye as my third pick. So yeah, now we're gonna go to the third and final round where we give our final thoughts and we vote thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down. So JC,
Okay, well, I liked it maybe a little more than I thought I would. I was really expecting to just really hate this, but I think there's some stuff here where I might want to save it. I kind of liked some Blackout. I thought like it had like this kind of like a funky type of sound, so I didn't mind that one. And also the one after that, I Go Boom, which kind of has like the horns in the background. I thought that was pretty cool. There was like the first song, Roar Like Thunder. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it sounded like Aerosmith. That's kind of what I got from that one. Hello Goodbye was not horrible, but it was different. And, they're kind of going for more of that Beatles type of sound. But I don't know. I mean, that one song talking about sex does bring this album down a lot, and it might prevent it from getting it up. So I'm gonna go a sideways. Only, yeah, just a sideways for me. Yeah,
Okay,
there's some stuff here that's okay. Yeah.
it's a sideways. So, what about you, Rock of Ages?
This album wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I could get through it very easily. I mean, you could argue that even talking about sex is like funny bad. So with all that in mind, I'm going to give it a thumb sideways.
Yeah. So for me, this album is not great. It's not atrocious. It's a middle of the road record. I wouldn't say also there's like a track that I'm here like, oh, this track will win Song of the Year. No, it won't.
No.
But at least I Go Boom. I put stupid but fun. It's stupid fun. And then you got Machine Gun, ACD vibes. Let It Burn is more like faster pace. But I did enjoy this one better than the Hinder one because at least this one was more cohesive
Hmm.
record. But I also cannot give it a thumbs up because talking about sex is just and I wouldn't say there's a song here that I would say like this is an amazing song. It's just okay track. So I give it a thumb sideways as well. So yeah, free thumb sideways. So it's not. It's I guess it's hanging in the balance, or would that mean yeah? It's at the tip of the garbage can. It's like if you have maybe like
Got a little like coffee stain on its shirt.
yeah, it's not the worst thing, but it's also not the best thing. It's a middle of the road, okay, mediocre record. So yeah, that's Buckcherry-Roar Like Thunder. I also thought Roar Like Thunder sounded like Aerosmith, but you said Lenny Kravitz, but actually Lenny Kravitz opened on a tour for Aerosmith, so
I believe that.
I could see the comparison. So yeah, so this album is slightly saved,
Mhm.
but like we listened to worse. So we want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of Buckcherry, Roar Like Thunder? And next up on Is It That Bad? I think we're doing the Arcade Fire episode. So that one should be interesting. I think that's what's going to be with Rock of All Ages, The Green Man, and Señorita Sabrosura, the rich Señorita. So that one's going to be interesting as well. And after this one, we're going to see what else is coming. But I know that I think JC wanted to do one. I think Exodus is putting an album. So we should do an Exodus one that you said like a month ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I suggested one. Force of Habit. That one.
Yeah. So yeah, we that one sometime because yeah, I think they're putting an album and and plus JT's been listening to so many stuff that's not metal. So let's do a metal one. Gonna do a metal one. So please subscribe to JC Rock and Metal Reviews, not to one, but to two channels. He's got the JC Rock and Metal Reviews, and he's got the JC is it vinyl something?
JC Rock CD and vinyl channel.
Yeah. So subscribe to both of his channels because he's got content all the time. And Rock of Ages, did you see the video that JC did about the AI YouTube content?
No, not yet, but
You
I'm
have
intrigued.
okay, spoiler alert. You are in it, my friend.
Is that the AI like metal YouTube thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't finished it yet.
dude, you gotta you're part,
Okay.
you're in it.
I didn't know I was in it. I didn't get like tagged or anything.
Oh,
No,
you know,
I
Because
didn't tag
I
anybody.
mean, like you
Yeah.
tag me whenever I'm in an episode.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I didn't tag anyone.
yeah. It was just fun, but
It
you
was
know,
just having fun. Yeah.
the AI thinks that my couch is really nice. I'm like, wow, like, but for example, I was dressed like I work at Home Depot, like I work at Blockbuster Video or something. That was, and oh, the Nick Cena one was hilarious. Like when he says newsflash, Noel Gallagher just woke up.
Right.
The AI was funny, and the Tom one was hilarious because the symphonic metal singer was in love with him. So I just thought, yeah, kind of hilarious. I had a good chuckle with it. So yeah. So for Rock of All Ages, what have you coming up next, man?
Well, a couple of days after this video goes up, I'm seeing Ghost.
Nice. I've seen them once. They're a great time.
Yeah, I saw their concert movie. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think JC saw them in Mexico a few years ago too, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I saw Ghost in Mexico. I
Yeah,
think it was either last 2 years, I think, ago.
yeah. I saw them when they were on tour for. I think it was for prequel back in.
Right.
It was a great show.
Oh yeah, that was a great album.
Yeah, great album. So Couchers, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to me, you can do so. You know, I got interviews, album reviews. Is it that bad? You name it. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the shield on a couch, and we'll see you next time on Is It That Bad? Thank you and goodbye.